story on this car is, believe it or not, I don't even remember where I bought it. It's a V6. Had it for probably 2.5, 3 years. Most car guys will tell you they remember every car they have, the story they bought it with, and all that fun stuff. But unfortunately, this one here does not ring a overly large bell. A lot of my Camrys, I do remember where I get them from and all that stuff. But unfortunately, this one, because it is so bland, that's right, I call the Camry bland, I don't exactly remember where I got it from. But I do know where it's going to go, and no, I'm not going to tell you guys right now. I think that you guys still need some elements of surprise, so unfortunately I will not be telling you where it's going. It looks like it does have new struts in both front corners, so I am liking that. They are aftermarket. The back clip goes all the way around, so that's nice. And we'll try to figure out what we can do now. But my game plan is nothing too crazy with this. I've read the rules. They haven't changed from last year. They tell me that changes are coming this year, but they haven't arrived yet. And I think what they're going to mostly change is the front bumper. So I will be keeping my eyes open for that, obviously. I don't want to go there underbuilt. What we're going to do is just take the brakes off, zip tie them up. We're going to take the struts off, cut the sway bar links, and take the discs off, basically. Get rid of those, pull the axles out, all that fun stuff, and get this motor ready to come out. My plan is to put a 4-cylinder into this. I do have a very good 4-cylinder that I know that runs amazing. The transmission is getting a little slow on the shifts, but I still don't have any overall issues with it. So that will be going in here as well. It just needs a couple things fixed up. We will be getting a transmission cooler. Not sure if I can shorten the frame up a bit. I'm probably just going to cut 1.5 inches off, getting it a little bit closer to the rad cradle. I don't think I'm allowed the threaded rod down to sub, so I'm not going to put it in. I am allowed solid motor mounts, and there's no limit to how many solid motor mounts I can have as long as they're not reinforcing the car. So this will be getting all solid motor mounts. The only one I probably will not make solid is the back one, just because there's no real reason. I might just weld a washer into it or something like that. But I'm pretty happy that it's got good struts. We did spend a little bit of time on the engine last night off camera, so that's already been a little stripped. We're just going to get the Sawzall, cut this piece off the strut, and I don't know, come up with a game plan. I'm pretty far ahead of the game right now, believe it or not. I have quite a bit of cars ready for the 2020 season, and I'm pretty happy with how everything's kind of panning out right now. Can't ask for more. So I've done a lot of these recently, and I used to pull the subs out and do the motor swaps that way. And honestly, I think it is faster. I really do. But the problem is you need to have another motor on a sub ready. And the motor that is coming out of the car, the sub is already bent. So I can't just do a quick, direct sub-to-sub swap. I have to pull the motor out. I'm probably just going to leave the subframe in this car. You know what some of you guys are telling me on the internet? Oh, it's the slow way. Well, you know what? It works. And I haven't really had any issues with it yet. And if I had a motor on a sub that was straight, I would do that, but I don't. But I don't know. It was pretty fun blowing up this motor last night, though. I do have to admit that. Oh. We're just taking this thing apart here. Everything's coming apart pretty well. Just about to pop out the axles. There we go. That one's out. This one's got a brand new flex pipe in it. It's a shame because we got to cut that out. Yep. Shouldn't be too much oil in here because I pretty much drained her all out. This is my first time actually looking underneath this car. It's sat for a long time, so she's got a little bit of surface rust underneath it, but not overly that bad. That is one heck of a horrible exhaust fix on this thing. Oh my god, looks like this motor's already been replaced because I had to cut the back pipe. Subframe looks nice and good though, doesn't look to have any surface rust. A little bit of oil on it, I don't know where that came from. Just joking. What we're probably going to do now is start pulling out the the motor mount. You got 2 here, 1 that you have to get from the bottom, 2 from the top, 3 from the bottom. And then we're probably going to start getting ready to pull this thing out. The only thing left would be power steering lines. I'm just going to Sawzall through them because they're V6 stuff, so I don't really, not too concerned about it. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got to do right there. So we're just going to get a screwdriver, pop these out, get a deep socket 14 mil and pull these 2 out. And then we'll probably get that one from the top. And then we'll move on. Everything's going pretty good so far. Haven't really broke anything. All the tie rods came apart nicely. All the ball joints came apart nicely. Spindles came out nice. Axles. You can just see how easy this axle came out. So overall, the car's not that bad. But the motor made me mad, so it had to die. Alright, well let's start pulling out these body mount bolts. So we're just about ready to start lifting this thing. I think I got everything disconnected. There's 2 things I'm scared of. Power steering line, I think I cut it in the right spot. It's a V6 power steering line, so I'm not concerned. And on the rear motor mount, there was 1 bolt that kind of got a little stripped. So the nut didn't come all the way off. So that's the 2 things I'm nervous about here. Oh, I put it in the up position. I've got a whole bunch of questions from you guys in the past about these come-alongs. And if you take a look, I got 2 new ones. They're from, oh, they're not staying in position this time. What's going on? They're from Princess Auto. They're not working what they're doing. Look at that one slipping. They're quarter tonners, so that means they're 500 pounds. But they're not holding. I'm not liking these ones. The last ones were good. What's wrong with these ones? You can see them slipping. What's up with that? Okay, found something else I forgot. Shifter cable. Let's cut through that. Close enough. Let's try putting a little bit more pressure. Guess that rear motor mount is giving me some issues. Let's just try a little pry bar on this. There we go. There we go. She's on her way up now. Oh. Well, she just needs a little bit more jiggling. She should come right out. This motor is such a tight fit to get in this thing. Okay, I forgot something else. The ground cable. That's easy fixable. 12 mil. Oh, isn't that amazing? Everything that I thought was going to give me an issue didn't give me an... Actually, no, I was wrong. The power steering just gave me an issue. But I thought the power steering and the motor mount were going to be the issues. But it turned out to be mostly a couple of grounds, a couple of wires I forgot, and now this is the power steering. So everything came out pretty nice on that. It was a little bit of a tight fit, but other than that, I knew it was going to be a tight fit. Oh, I wonder if there's any holes in this block. I don't think there is. Oh. Any holes? Nope, no holes. We're just going to cut that, actually, you know, we should undo that, the power steering bottle. Nah, we'll just cut it. I got more. But, it's amazing how good these things actually come out when you take the time, you prep, you make it so that you have a plan, and they come out just nicely. Oh. Well, I'm about ready to throw this motor into the trash. Oh. I don't know. I think it's ready for the trash. Nothing really worth saving off of it, is it? Maybe the starter. No. For everybody that wants to do rear hood headers for these V6 Toyota Camrys, it's really not feasible. With how the manifold is, you basically have to take the motor mount off to get at it. Then this is tight against the firewall, so you ain't got space for a hood header. Unless you want to make it, these three come straight up, and see how this one comes up like this? You build the flange that goes onto that and comes straight up with it. So you have four in the front, one being bigger, and then where it comes out the back down here, you just cap it off. So that's another option. Pretty sure that they're already out there being made. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this thing's scrap to me. There's nothing I really want off of it. There's nothing I really need to take off of it. But it's actually not true. A buddy of mine needs a speed sensor. So what we're going to do, sorry, not a speed sensor, a temp sensor. So we're going to cut off the temp sensor wires here and cut it back so he can splice it on. And that's about it. That's all we're saving off this entire thing. The whole thing's garbage. I'm not saving coil packs, I'm not saving headers, I'm not saving nothing. Straight into garbage. Well, I don't know how many times I'm going to use this car for this. But my God, is it getting a workout. This will be the third motor this car's carried out of here. It's doing pretty good. Is it going to go high enough? Nope, that's as high as she goes. Okay. I probably could go higher if I just went out and bought a damn chain. But nope, don't have to. Haha, planned it like that. There we go, she's coming down. There, push this end on. You know what the best part of this is? I'm wearing my wife's jacket. So that way if it gets dirty, not my problem. She's gonna find out and freak out at me. But anyway, worth it. Don't have to do my own laundry. This is her laundry. She has to do her laundry. There we go. And that is another one off to the scrapyard. Well, I'm gonna go take this outside and throw this into another car. I'll be right back.